In the past decade, the Church of Abadar has attempted to legitimize the businesses on the Hellside cliffs here by carving huge statues of Abadar's aspects into the cliffside, with a temple, shops, and apartments beyond. They also installed the Hellside crane, a very large crane of hauling goods, though not nearly as large as the screw for moving shipping. Ultimately, the church's attempts to push Hellside into an upscale business district failed. A local council of merchants controls the neighborhood government and generally avoids interactions with the shield marshals, making this a great place for nefarious business ventures and underhanded schemes. It's only natural a cad like Lysarius would find himself living and working in such a place. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of the All Guns, No Glory podcast. We are the Rollmongers Podcast Network. By Dicewise Entertainment, we are playing live on a Monday night to bring you the best entertainment. But fortunately, and unfortunately, shall we say, we got new shows coming down the works. So hang out for those. Not going to tell you when, not going to tell you who. It's all pre-production at the moment, but my slot might be squeezed, much to my delight, actually. You'll actually see me playing, possibly a new GM. All this in the works and more, but I digress. Tonight, Pathfinder's Outlaws of AlkenStar, Pathfinder 2nd Edition, and our local outlaws. Once again, Pylo, our skeletal bard, has returned and is planning, well, his companions have managed to put his plans of a massive Geb cult aside for the moment and focus his attention on more pressing matters, as we now have the current address or last known address of one Shiloh? I want to say Shiloh. Shuma Lysarius. I want to say. Shoma. Sorry, I keep wanting to call him Shawarma. Shoma Lysarius. His last known address. Yeah, and the Ruptor laughs silently behind their muted microphones, I assure you.
He's delicious.
I was thinking the same thing.
Have you guys seen Delicious in Dungeon? What a great anime.
It is so funny.
It took me 2 or 3 to get into it because I'm just watching it going, this is so weird. What is this? Let's not watch this. By the time I got to the 3rd episode, I cannot wait for more. It's so...
Me too.
Like, for someone that came out of 30 years of D&D, the way they look at a dungeon, the way their perspective now, it's
so
really
unique.
Yeah, it's very cool. Anyway, guys, what's the plan here?
Phoebe, is there anything you can tell us about the neighborhood there? Could you draw us a map on how to get to this address?
You head for the river. There's a giant cliff. Can't miss it. I suppose if you want to, shall we say, look into this discreetly, I suppose you could go down one side of the cliff and ferry across, or you could just take one of the large sky bridges. But once you're in there, you could just ask for directions. There will be a little bit of scouring of the district themselves, but anyone that can con their way into a castle keep museum / tour when there hasn't been one in 30 years, I'm sure you guys will do fine. And with that, she leaves. No more questions. So you guys threw out quite a few ideas last session. You talked about being a delivery man. You talked about going down there and just staking the place out and see if he comes and goes. What else did you guys talk about? Was it just the two were really tickling your fancy, or?
think
I
so.
think we only had a couple of small ideas there to either look it out and then take it on afterwards, or just go straight there with the box and kind of pretend we found the box.
Yeah, I think the biggest hiccup is if we wanted the hat or not. For
Oh,
the
right.
disguise.
Spending money on the... It was 30 gold pieces per hat. And then Pylo has some natural spells that kind of mimic what the magic item can do.
I bet
That
you
only lasts for a minute, which is not very long if we're doing, recon or talking to this person for longer than a couple seconds here.
I bet you Shoma would be interested in a living skeleton, and we could pretend like we were bringing him this like new discovery that he could use for his experiments.
He was once an Egyptian prince, and there's an inheritance with this email. Just let us in. Yeah, I'm sure he's gonna. Yeah, sure he's gonna go for that. No matter what you guys say, you guys could just go to the door and bark, and then roll high persuasion, and I have to let you in. Unfortunately, the door flies open. What's wrong with you people? Come in here. Let me show you how to bark properly. Like whatever, right? Like. It's going to come down to some dice rolls. Now, a particularly clever idea that may or may not be, mentioned here in the adventure, may or may not get bonuses. But considering the planning stage has now spanned 2 episodes, it's time for action, gentlemen. Unless, now time is of the essence, sure. If you guys are really not comfortable and want to just like scope it out and recon, before you descend on the actual apartment itself, if you guys want to go over there one at a time in pairs or however you want to do it, just try to look around.
Hey guys, a quick question for you here. I don't remember this at all. Does Shoma know what we look like? Have we actually ever met them?
I think he tried to put a hit house on us, right?
I don't know if I was there for that. Was that after you guys did the banking robbery? Or I'm so confused with the time frames here sometimes. I just don't remember if he's ever seen us. Because if he hasn't, we don't need to worry about a disguise. And I don't mind being bait as like an offering to show off like for science. Or we can go deliver him his box back. I think those are our best options.
No offense, but all skeletons kind of look the same.
How dare you, sir?
I'm sorry.
It's okay, you're my best buddy. I like.
No, there's a scary thought. Charwin's best friend is an undead.
That's pretty much par for the course.
Well, as he's trying to convince you to be a skeleton, right? Like Valentine the construct is like only sees the dwarf as half a construct, half a man. He's waiting for for the dwarf to replace more and more parts so he can have his own mechanical friend.
Yeah, I'm only half in.
Half it. I don't know. Well, maybe Valentine dreams of being a real wooden boy one day. He keeps going on about how there's a soul in the gem from ancient times. We will touch more on that in the future. But for right now, with his memory scrambled, let's stick to the mission, shall we?
So, door breach or deception?
I think we should go in there, not guns blazing. We go guns blazing into everything, and I don't even know if it works that well. Maybe we should try some subtle tactics. Work on our soft skills.
That probably excludes me then. I'll let you guys start with the deception, and I'll come in behind with the destruction when the time calls for it. How's that?
We will need some destruction. I'm sure of that.
We always need backup at the door or something. Like, I don't even know if I should go there. Like, will it be a turn off to have a skeleton at the door? Like, how's it going? You could be me one day. Like,
what about your spell to look like a human?
I can use that if we want. Yeah, but then I kind of don't have other stuff for later. It's all what we think is best for the team, my friends. I left you guys there for a couple days, and I tell you, I didn't like being alone. It's a lot better with you guys here.
It's better to have friends than fans, right? His little following, you got bored of them.
Yeah, unless they were all skeletons. In that case, I don't need you guys anymore. They could stay with me forever.
Wow, he doesn't. This is why I told Troy to make a backup character because he's just
And we're down to 3.
yeah.
We need to find out who is giving Shomas his orders to try to hire the powdered punk kegs.
Well, how about Blaster and we go to the door, and we'll just knock.
I'm
Yeah.
okay with that.
I'll have my pistol.
Andreas, what are your thoughts?
I'm good with that.
ready.
Okay, you guys gonna bring the box with you and just be like, hey, we got this box here. Has your address on it? We just wanted to bring it back, or
I'll have my hand inside the box with holding my pistol.
I'm not touching that, and I'm still hung up on the fact that he called you Blaster. Okay.
That's his name.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
guess we never did really. I didn't figure out. Do you want to be Val or do you want to be Blaster or Blasty or Blasto? Do you have a preferred name there?
You can call me whatever pleases you.
Don't
Sounds good.
tell him that. He'll call you Cecilia or some weird shit.
No. He's got a name. I'm respectful of names.
Mr. Bang Bang.
Captain Critical.
There you go. That's a good one.
As you guys are coming up with code names for each other, which helps to, shall we say, shorten the walk over there. Coming to the cliff face across from the river. So you're looking across the river at Hellside. You're not there just yet. Okay. You see the 3 ancient carvings. Well, I wouldn't say they're that ancient, 60 years ago. The 3 aspects of Abadar carved into Hellside, and a massive, what looks like a scaffolding network of ladders and pulleys and launches and ledges all sticking out of a cliff, towering hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feet up in the air, up the cliff from the top all the way down to maybe 30 to 50 feet off the water level itself. You guys see this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Like one of those machines from like the Japanese arcade machines with the marbles that drop down. You gotta.
Yeah, actually, yeah, there you go.
I was thinking Donkey Kong, but like more advanced.
Give Valentine a push. Just tell him to crunch up in ball mode and see what you win. Eventually-
I would be able to jump through that like a spider monkey.
I'm just going to zoom in here for a quick second for the video audience and try to describe. At the very top, you can see remnants of the city. And I would say if we're looking at buildings that are 3 to 6 story tall and towers, that looks like practically a city block. You know, like a Toronto or American city block as far as width. And you have crane-like structures, like the proverbial straight up and down with the X's in between holding support. Great big beams. And then you have logs drilled straight into the side of the mountain, of the cliff. You have stairwells that come down in an endless zigzag on either side. Ropes, pulleys, goods, tents, and then actual, what looks like pigeonholes carved into the walls as actual apartments, cliffs, and ancient caves, which have been hollowed out, made square, and more habitable. And if we were to say levels, I would say there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 tiers, then a drop of 3 tiers with the statues carved in the middle, and it's a relief, like someone's carved 3 alcoves flat, and the aspects of the god look like cookie cutter, like what do you call it, cake dishes, right? You ever buy like the Vader mask and you put the cookie in it, and you flip it upside down, and now it's flat on the back but sticks up like it's half raised and sticks out? That's what these statues look like. They're, coming out. They're not heads like Mount Rushmore. They more look like flat cookie cutter, just raised up enough to show detail. One looks like he has a bunch of scrolls and ledgers. One has a crossbow. And one looks like he's carrying a box lunch. I'm not sure what to make of the last one here. Oh, sorry. One's got endless scrolls, one's got a crossbow, and one's got books. Does anyone know what the 3 aspects of Adabar are?
Not a clue.
Does anyone want to know with a religion check? Or
I'll roll one.
sure, in the tower, guys.
Religion?
Yeah. Well, humans, dwarves, and gnomes depict Adabar with a beard. Elves show him beardless, with braids tied in gold thread. In common myth, he assumes the form of a 2-headed person representing a balanced viewpoint, with an eagle for each day of the year that grants favor to those who sigh overhead. I'm kind of scrambling on the wiki here, folks. I really thought they'd be like, he appears in 3 aspects, So we'll have to come back to that. I honestly thought that with a quick search of the Pathfinder wiki, it would be like he usually appears as 3 aspects, the lawyer, the accountant, and the hunter, because you owe me money. The guy in the middle looks kind of like, where's my money, Mr. Olstein kind of dude with a crossbow. He come looking for you. The debt collector. So, getting back to the show. 6 tiers, then 3 tiers separated by Adabar, and then another 3 with a drop. But the middle one's missing. So if we call this 6, 9, 12, 13, there's like 13 levels, and a lot of it spread out or missing.
Are those little orange and red and yellow bricks like shanty houses?
Yep. Or actual small buildings. Like clay huts and that kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah, the walkways are pretty massive. Like, the people that you'd see barely standing above each level, those giant logs would look like ants, even from this close range across the river.
Yeah.
Okay. So, your address, funny enough, will take you practically near the bottom.
Who's jumping first?
You guys can walk down there. The first thing you guys encounter are carnival goers, and it's a real gypsy theme going on. Then there's all kinds of signage, because just where the spray kicks up from the water seems to hit a large patch, and the consistency of the spray causes algae to grow, and they're forever scraping these stairs. You ever see your deck goes green and can actually get slippery?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Vendors, merchants everywhere, residents like shantytown, street performers. And you guys are like halfway down. There are cranes moving merchandise up and down that swing and sometimes cause you guys to double back. Luckily, there's many ways down, back, whether you just kind of go up, over, down. It's not like a Donkey Kong thing where you got to go back and forth through each. There is quite a bit of traversing in one direction before you can switch back, right? You guys finally get down past a lot of the swinging cranes and stuff that are hauling things up past the big Adabar carving relief, because it's faster than just carrying, where the pathways either side of this carving narrow. Crowds of people and more houses, and you guys are almost to the bottom. And let's say, do you see the bottom ledge, like the one that's really long? Not the smaller stuff that looks empty, but the one that looks like it's full of, like you said, red and brown brick. Near the bottom, okay. Somewhere along here, end to end, is his apartment, you're pretty sure. And now you guys literally have to do like the slow crawl, that kind of search. Okay.
Sure wish they would put numbers on these houses a little better. I'm imagining it's one of those things where it's like you kind of know the numbers of all these houses, but they're not listed super well.
Yeah, that is also true. You guys
It'll
are
easier
running
to keep hidden if you don't put your number on your door.
Can I have perception in the tower, please? Hilo and Charwin. It's taken you a while to be sure, because like people are moving with the flow. You ever get to a mall, right? Someone's following me. No, it's a crap ton of people that are on the right side going along the stores with you. You know what I mean? You got to do a certain amount of distance, and someone does not look like they're interested in shopping and looking. They're more interested in keeping tabs on you and not losing you in the crowd. And it starts to become obvious that a cloaked figure is tailing you guys and closing.
I'll cast a message to Val and be like, "Hey Val, just a heads up. Shh, keep it quiet. There seems to be somebody tailing us here." And then I'll send the same thing to Andreas and to Charwin, because I don't know if Charwin saw or not. It was all casting message, so it's kept a little quiet and less.
Which one is following us?
If you look back there, again, this is all cast with message. So it doesn't
All right.
work.
Can I have deception or stealth, guys, as you try to, except for Val, whose head extends 6 feet in the air and turns backwards, laser pointing. This civilian. Just kidding.
Deception or stealth?
Yep. Deception will be like checking to see if he's there without getting caught, and stealth would probably try to lose him.
Deception for me.
Not perception, deception.
Yep.
Okay. Missing one. Here we go. What do we got here? Hilo. Try to do it as subtly as you can. Not sure if he notices you or not. Your interaction with Valentine, right?
I was doing that casting message. I was using message to talk to him, so it wasn't look like I was talking directly to him. I was just walking along.
Yes, but his reaction.
Okay.
He says where, but his head doesn't turn. His eye swivels, so it's kind of subtle. You don't think he gives you away. Charwin as well, type of thing. Okay. Andreas unfortunately blows it. He does the stop suddenly, tie my shoe, look back over his shoulder subtly, but it's such a break that the crowd stops.
Oops. Well, not known for subtlety. What's going on, boys?
Natural one. Oh, he tries to be subtle, right? Well, I didn't want to make you look like a moron and like turn around. So it's like, okay, what's the most noticeable thing that, like, if you're following somebody does something and you seriously think it's sus? It's like the guy does, puts his shield aside and ties his boot,
Yeah.
Suddenly, the hooded figure lets out a very unnatural, blood-curdling shriek. Definitely not human. And
How far away
begins...
is it?
Uses a proverbial 60 feet, 30, 60 feet. Lets out a shriek. And then puts his hands up in the air like he's going to cast something. And a whole bunch of people stop and look at him and wonder what's going on. He's about 6 feet away, but it becomes apparent that, this thing, whether you guys were subtle or not, it's making its move on you.
I shoot at whatever it is.
Okay, turn around, you pull your gun. Okay, tons of reactions. This thing is closing rapidly. Okay, people get out of the way. Valentine's action is actually making this thing close on you faster because now, like, there's people getting out of his way. Then there's a crowd in the middle. Then there's people that we were using for cover that we could lose in are now getting out of Valentine's way because he levels his gun straight back at the opponent. You don't have a clear shot, but the first 10 feet in front of you where people see that you pull out a gun and you're holding it like you're going to wield it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So Valentine is kind of parting the ways. This thing is going to get to us quicker. Can I have a perception check from you, Valentine?
Just
What do you guys?
not initiative or no?
No, perception. What are you guys doing?
Val just turned around and shot at this thing, right?
Nope. No, he turns around. He's leveling his gun. He's searching for the target. And he pulls his gun and the crowd reacts instantly because it's Shantytown or whatever. And now he's looking for the target. Where did he go? This thing puts its hands up in the air, shrieks. You see a bunch of people move, but it's human sized. Like it, as it moves, it's all the hoods and all the hats. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to keep bearing on this thing. It stopped for a moment, let out a shriek and did something. I'm not saying it hid in the crowd, but he's looking for a target. Anyway, you guys hear the shriek. You see Valentine pull his weapon. What do you guys do?
I think Charwin will kind of dive into the crowd a little bit and start walking back towards the scream.
Okay. So you jump in front of the line of fire?
No, I'm trying to get in between people.
Okay.
So I can kind of sneak around to the back.
These walkways is not incredibly wide. I believe you guys have got they got to be wider than 10, but they're like 15, 20 feet wide, and there's a lot of people on them. You know what I mean? Sure, you can jump into people. You jump into people, but
it's not movable.
There's a bunch of people fleeing the other way from the gunman in the mall, and you just jumped in with the crowd with them, put your back to said gunman. Now he's on your side, but anyway, you dive into the fray towards our foe. Andreas. Pilo. I'm asking you first because you were the first to sense him, and we'll say Andreas has taken a knee.
So am I close? I'd say I'm pretty close to Val. So we're all kind of traveling in a pair. I would.
Oh yeah, you guys are a little pack.
Like, hey, before you shoot, he's over there, and I give a little bit of a point and try to help direct him to actually where it is. Like try to keep an eye on it, because if I already had eyes, I'd at least give Val and the other guys an idea where to look, especially since he's already around.
Sure. Okay, and Andreas.
Just kind of tuck my head behind my shield as I reach for my holy symbol and get ready to go into combat.
Yeah, I'll also have my whip out as well.
This is not a great place to fight. It is very crowded. You know what I mean? Like you guys pull weapons and he immediately starts getting jostled, his shield pushed against as people try and get around him. This is not ideal. People are going to get hurt if you throw down with whatever this is, just so you guys know. I don't know how you guys feel about civilian casualties, but I'm pretty sure if you got back to Phoebe and she heard how 30 people fell off a cliff one day during gunfire as you guys whipped out big spells and went plowing through civilians to kill the guy that was following, you know what I'm saying? Like, discretion, right? Not to mention you might tip off Lazarus before you even find him. Just bear this in mind before you guys are ready to throw down. Pulling a gun, not a problem. Getting ready for a fight, not a problem. You want to fight here? Sure. But before we do, I will say that while Charwin dives into the fray, while Valentine looks for a mark, and all this stuff is going on, we catch a glimpse of our. Where is it? It's a glimpse of our pursuer.
Better not be one of Pylo's friends.
An actual creature.
Oh, man, that's not one of my friends.
An actual creature. This, since you guys have the distance and time, okay, I will give you guys a free recall knowledge as your brain scrambles to make sense of what exactly is coming our way. What is this thing?
What check is it? Sorry, he said.
Anything you think would be relevant. This is definitely some kind of monster. So you'd be looking at arcane, occult, religion, something.
Yeah, I'm gonna go occult. Open or in the tower?
In the tower. Pylo, you have no idea. You've never seen anything like this. Blaster, it looks humanoid, right? Humanoids bleed, right? I just keep firing, right? Andreas and Charwin, that is a dev. A sorceress, hateful creature with an eyeball for a face and a mouth, an extremely powerful magic user. You don't know what the hell this thing's doing here. Yeah, I guess all hooded up, it could blend in with the people, but this thing is likely beyond you. If you guys want to fight it, it would possibly be better to get some kind of advantage. Standing your ground against this thing, you're gonna die. And if the chase music I'm already playing doesn't tip you off.
This thing is really spooky, guys. I have no idea what it is, and I really don't want to stay around to find out. I really don't like scary things.
What do you do?
Like, the Val, do you see that Val? Like, I don't know what that thing is called. It doesn't even have a face.
Are you saying we should run?
Well, I'm just
Run
saying, I don't
away.
like scary things. And this thing looks terrifying.
All right, lead the way.
Okay. You guys turn around, and now some of the yelling and screaming and gawking and what's going on while you guys are getting jostled becomes apparent because a wall has been conjured up behind us, blocking our escape.
Oh, this isn't good. How did this get... Was this wall here before? Oh, guys, I think we're in trouble here.
Can I have a willpower save, gentlemen? Out in the open.
19.
31 for Charwin. Ooh, nat 20. Let's go.
For Pylo.
And
20
Andrea?
for Andreas.
Okay. You guys are blocked in. You are screwed. This thing conjured a solid wall. Charwin, it's an illusion.
Hey guys, let's just walk through it.
What spell are you going to use? I can't walk through walls. Hold on, I can use my rope guts and we can climb over it. I'll cast some set ropes and start pulling some guts out.
Okay. This thing is practically on top of you. Everything you guys do now, because we're actually going back to chase rules, it gets closer. Okay. And if it catches you, we actually have combat, and I hope you have backup characters.
I start running through the wall.
Okay. Charwin is actually closest to the creature because he dove into the people, right? But he's making his way back. Now they had a good look at it and is telling you guys this thing's not right. So he turns around and goes for it. So Charwin, 21, boom. Valentine takes off, gets to the wall, and as soon as you touch it, you automatically succeed that it's false. Your hand goes right through it and you pass through. Some people see you do this and wondering if you're a magical construct or, they try to disbelieve it themselves. But proving Charwin's point, Valentine disappears, goes right through the wall, like it's some kind of portal. What do you guys do?
Seeing that, I'd follow.
Okay.
Holy crap, it was not real. What?
Run towards it and hope for the best.
Okay.
I'll still put my shield in front of me, though.
Yeah, just in case, right?
Yeah.
I've seen this movie, Bounce, right? That's how I lost my... Never mind. They don't need to know that personal bit of my business, right? That's how I lost my other thing.
Is there like a support for like the platform behind me that I could like shoot so that it could
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You could kill lots of people instantly. This is... Yeah, nice. I know you want to cause chaos like it's a spy movie, and you should. But I'm just saying, anything you do to stop the creature can also stop and possibly hurt a lot of people. There's a difference between like throwing barrels behind you, right? Okay, so
if there's a bunch of people, I won't. But if there's just a moment where I see like I can do it without hurting anybody.
Okay,
But
okay,
actually, there's people below us probably too.
So you guys, you push through the wall. Okay, the wall was erected behind the last one of you, so it's behind Pilo, who's standing behind Valentine. Then we have the dwarf, and then we have Charwin, who's saying, it's a wall, just go through, right? Valentine rushes through, Pilo follows, Charwin catches up, and you guys go through the wall, okay? On the other side of the wall, you were immediately blocked by a crowd of gawkers, because while you guys were on this side of the wall, causing some space with your gun pulling and yelling and all the confusion, on the other side, people are just going about their day, and a stone wall just appears. And a whole bunch of people come over with their cell phones going, what's that? Is it an artist? Is it a meeting? What is this? And the crowd is freaking thick on this side. You guys have a crowd of gawkers. I would like to know. Acrobatics, athletics to weave or push through, intimidation to make everyone move, or possibly try to dispel the wall, just going, it's fake, everybody, poof, see gone, and run for it. But several people stopped to stare at the stone wall. Some appeared and crowding the narrow boardwalk, some with mouths agape. But it's too many and too thick. What do we do?
Athletics all the way for Charwin.
Okay.
Intimidation for Andreas.
I'm gonna use stealth.
Okay.
And
Oh,
try
you guys can throw these in the open.
to sneak in through the crowd.
Intimidation.
Blend in.
Okay. You can hide in the crowd, but you're stuck at the front. The crowd won't move for you unless you push them or weave through them. So stealth,
okay.
Cool. I'd curl up in a ball and maybe it'll go past me. Okay. Sure. But that doesn't get you going. Like if you hide here, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'll use my acrobatics to leap and bound over the crowd.
go gadget legs.
Yeah, go over the shanties and stuff.
Okay. So go gadget legs. Anyway,
I got 28.
Throw up the wall. You get going, right? Charwin with athletics starts shoving his way through. Valentine looks for a place to hide. Trick of hiding in a crowd is the crowd has to be moving to blend.
No,
Everyone stop. No, I'm just doing a recap here.
Oh, okay.
You look around waiting for the crowd to move or somewhere to go to, somebody that's moving, just jump in the baby carriage. Let's go, Mom. Put on a little bonnet, it's been done. Nothing appears and you change your tactics. Andreas goes through with his shield up and then just starts... I'm looking at intimidation.
Yeah, going, get out of the way or I push you over. Either you move or I move you. And I just keep walking through.
Okay. Unfortunately, they're not budging with intimidation of 13. It needs to be higher. And
That
then...
was mine.
No, it's 20.
Oh, I'm
Pilo
sorry.
got 13.
Pilo got 13. Okay. Pilo tries. Okay. Andreas, an evil-looking dwarf glaring over the top of his shield causes people, at least the people directly in front of you, to clear a path. But again, just enough for you to push through, or you actually push through people like they're folding doors. They rudely let you go through, but they don't there's nowhere for them to step aside without shoving someone off. So you go through the sliding door of people. Acrobatics. Valentine turns himself sideways, compresses compartments, makes himself skinny, jacks up on the go-go gadget legs and just starts doing, right? Pilo is left behind. Everyone starts making progress except for Pilo. Then we hear...
Everybody out of the way. There's spooky stuff coming. It's just past that wall, and that wall is not real. Everyone out of my way. I'm coming through here. And just everyone's kind of staring at me. So I try to kind of acrobatics, come on, guys. scary stuff's around, and I'll just try to acrobatics my way through.
Okay.
Now.
Well, if anyone's skinny, it's you.
20.
Okay.
So 22 total.
Here, hold this. He takes his robe off, and everyone goes, ah! He just turns sideways, and off it goes. Through the wall, and on our side, this side, people are quietly whispering and gawking. On the other side, right, you hear a lot of boo and hiss and smashes, like people are reacting to the monster's presence. Some people are running. Some people are like, get it! Throwing shit at it. And it suffers 1d6 damage from the people because of its own actions. No, it's okay. Softening up target, right?
We're just lucky it wasn't Pylo, so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Making your way, running through the crowd, hitting stairs, getting up, a whole bunch of people looking down at the wall and everybody else, more gawkers. Takes you guys a while because just a ripple effect of people stopping and slowing from this type of thing. It's something like an instant traffic jam, right? You guys get up to the bottom of the aspects. You're up there now, moving your way along. And we come across a swinging crane. This thing is moving crates and swinging like straight across the boardwalk. People have stopped, and the crane is like moving stuff up and down, and this thing is just swinging. You guys can reflex dodge. You guys can acrobatically try to jump on the thing and swing on the crane to get out of the way. You guys can use your intelligence or wisdom just to time the movement of the crane and the people correctly so that you can stop, go, like the old video games. Don't be there when the hammer comes down. Athletics check to catch the crane and slow its movement so that people and you can get by.
What was the wisdom one?
Wisdom intelligence to time its movements. With all the commotion and everything, or just a standard good old construction site accident, the crane appears to have been jolted loose and now swings dangerously over the boardwalk. Travelers have moved to the side to wait for it to lose its momentum because it's slowly swinging less, but you guys don't have that kind of time. What do you do?
I will try to jump on it, I think. Oh, I guess
Okay.
we're trying to slow it down. Oh, can I try to slow it down first? I'll try.
That's athletics.
Athletics? Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll try to slow it down. 26,
10
Charwin.
for Pylos.
Okay. Pylo, you jump on it with your acrobatics. Is that the last
I
one?
was trying to help Charles.
Okay. So you grab it, and you're on the side of it, right? And you dig in, and you guys miss Charwin, who goes around the side and actually manages to slow it. And to you guys, it looks like Pylo is using undead strength. This thing rapidly slows
Can't
down.
hold it on, guys. Get on there fast.
It's actually
man, this thing is just heavy.
Andreas jumps in and tries to help. Well, if you're slowing it down, trying to swing on the crane is probably not going to do you much good. Anyway, we managed to slow it enough that I wouldn't say it's safe to pass, but it's not something that's going to take much. Can I have a reflex save, gentlemen? The DC greatly reduced. Charwin's the old man, and he rips the shirt and muscles bulge, and he's really in good shape, and he jumps on the one side of the crane while you guys are jumping on the actual box and not getting anywhere, but he's actually holding the tower. Everybody misses it.
My first roll was 28.
Your first roll?
I hit the button.
I see. Yeah, I got it. Okay. 28, you easily dodge by. Andreas with a 19, easily dodge by. Charwin is holding on to the crane with an 8 and has to wait till completely slows, shuffling his order to the back. Pylo easily dodges with a 17. So now and the better you roll, this kind of shuffles our marching order, you could say. would be a fun way of like who's breaking into the lead after doing something, right?
Oh,
So-
Charwin, sorry, man. I was holding it for you. I thought you could get on before me. Oh, God. Hurry up and get on here.
Well, you guys have slowed it, and now you can get around it. Acrobatics would have you guys riding it, but now that it's slowed right down, it's swinging or whatever, you guys can just go around it.
And away we go.
Okay. Off you go. Next, you guys run into what looks like a bunch of street performers, right? So this is a pain in the butt. Trying to make a buck, someone quickly pulls out a band of musicians, and they're busking on the boardwalk while dancers spin and perform just gymnastic feats, running up the wall and landing. Ooh, they don't completely block traffic, but now it's down to single file. And a lot of people are like, oh, cool, 5 minutes of entertainment, right? But this totally screws you guys, the momentum that you just picked up, right? Behind us, the dev is closing and slams right into the crane, just trying to get it out of the way, and takes more damage. Performing, jumping in there, getting in on the performance and working your way across the performance to the other side. Acrobatics to join the dancers and spin across the boardwalk. Intimidation to shoo the dancers out of the way. Diplomacy or society just to weave through the crowd. There you go. Valentine, that's what you're looking for earlier.
It's performance for pilot with 20 total. 20
Okay,
per performance.
sure. What do you do to perform?
I'd say I'd bust out the old marimba sticks and just kind of get in there and bat
Sure.
on the old cage. Kind of keep the
Okay.
beat with them and play through and
Yeah.
there you go.
Okay. Charwin, what are you doing?
Using diplomacy.
Okay.
Everybody get out of my way. I've got a watermelon. I'm about to give birth.
Unfortunately, you fail.
They know watermelons don't get pregnant.
Blaster.
$12
Or,
acrobatics.
okay. You just try to weave your way through. That is also a fail. And Andreas.
Whacking my hammer against my shield and just yell at rabid dwarf coming through, clear away, and just keep plowing my way through.
Rabbit dwarf. He turns his head. I'm foaming at the mouth. He really is. I really am. And he's right through. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's just the way that you efficiently and levelly describe what you're doing, and then my brain just jumps to like a little bit more of a. Sorry, I keep doing that to you.
Looney Tunes animation version.
Yeah, sorry.
And I got a 25.
Okay, so we had built up 3 points by the time we got to the crane, which Charwin, he slowed it, but had trouble getting past it, so I can hand wave that because it was a bit of an add-on. And now we get to the street performers, and 2 of you fail, and you need 4 chase points to get through this. So 2 of you guys fail and either need to reattempt, or like I said, somebody helps you, and we spend points to get through. Someone hesitates, or you guys don't get through fast enough, and the dev starts catching up. Okay. The slackers are barely through, and the dev comes by, and he uses a sandstorm ability. So you guys see the picture with the sandstorm. He just, for some reason, as if the boardwalk was made of sand, all dust, debris, and a whole bunch of that conjured sand that was never there just comes flying up, and he pelts all the performers. Like they just suddenly get caught in like the nastiest hail, only it's all sand. And they all just start freaking out and stopping what they're doing. They're still in the way. And then the bugger waves an arm and blinks its massive eye, and steps through a portal and comes out on the other side, right behind us. He's right on top of us. In front of us, it's like he's like right there. Like what you see the picture, that's how far away he is. Dude's like the 15 feet. You know, you guys could stop and fight or try to up your game and keep running.
Oh, geez, he's right in front of us, guys.
So will we have to turn around and start running back the other way again?
No. He just teleports to the dimension doors to the other side of the crowd, but now he's right behind you as if he were the fifth party member. You know, you guys are all within 15 feet of each other, and then like 5 to 15 feet away is this thing.
And then I can reattempt acrobatics.
No, you're okay. Because what they do is, I believe, if I'm not wrong, is you guys can spend accumulated points just to try and to help.
Oh, okay.
Probably doing this wrong because it takes so many to overcome. But there was a couple of crits in here, so you guys have like actually built some, built a level of buffer. So now that you failed, you're all right. You're on par and you're even, and this is why he's caught up to you. Anyway, if you stand your ground now, you can fight this thing, and it has 5 points of damage. If you want to continue, it does not seem to, besides this point where it's cheating, it has not seemed to do so well until now, catching you guys, and there are obstacles ahead. Do we press on, get some more distance, or turn and fight here?
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I just saw that thing teleport right across a whole bunch of stuff, and I don't really know if we could fight that. But it's going to teleport and catch. I think we're damned if we do and damned if we don't.
If we keep running, maybe it'll keep using up its magic spells. Then it'll be easier to take down.
How far down do you think it is to the water? Could we jump?
That would be death. It'd be like hitting concrete.
I don't do so well.
At least 100 feet.
Yeah. It's like when the people jump off the big like American bridges, they don't find the body because they go splat unconscious. A lot of internal bleeding and broken bones, and they just don't have the strength. They're so wounded, even if they're still awake and alive, they can't swim to shore. They die. Valentine will be fine, but you'll sink to the bottom.
Is there any way we can like get to a level that's below us? That's like not 100 feet.
Can we like sneakily drop down a level, or do we need to, or can we just kind of keep running and we'll get away from this guy eventually?
Your best option is probably to keep running.
I think we keep running then, guys.
Run, lads, run.
Yeah.
Or you could just turn and face him. Though, like I said, as you guys are debating, like Valentine's like, let's jump. Charwin's like, we'll die, as you're losing time and this thing's closing. So it's just like your choice is run or fight. And right now, running seems to be working.
I got a 20.
For acrobatics? Okay.
For
Coming up the next set of stairs, you find them covered in algae. They are wet and slippery, but with a 20, Valentine seems to navigate them fairly well. Acrobatics to balance and slide up and down them. Athletics check to jump up or over.
Doing parkour.
Okay. Now, something I missed here. Okay. This thing actually gets out in front of you, and you guys actually take Valentine up on his idea. We don't jump off, but we reverse and try to get lower, like you and Pilo were saying.
Okay.
Sorry, they give me a flow chart that works from the bottom up, but the descriptions work from the top down, and the order they put them in is having me believe that you guys were like on your way to Shiloh's apartment, and then you caught this thing and you're trying to get away from him by going deeper into the whole city. So I blame Paizo for their editing. God damn it. Anyway, but not taking away anything we've happened, you guys have gotten halfway up, come all the way around one way, and maybe coming back along above the aspects and try to head back down, so you're going back towards your target, but lose him in the confusion. Because he teleports actually ahead of you guys in the stairs.
Yeah.
So he hit another stairway, reverse gears going down. So Blaster Valentine with a 20, beating the DC of 14, slides down those stairs. Athletics to jump.
I took a 7.
Okay. Somebody can actually grab somebody else and jump down.
Oh, I would do that for Pilo if I could. He's pretty late, I think. I mean, all that useless skin, that's a couple of pounds at least.
Get in here, man. What do you need them for? It's nice lightweight bone. If I was a bird, man, I'd be even lighter.
If you fail, you end up falling and slipping. You still get to where you're going. You still get the chase point, but you'll actually take damage from bumping and scraping your way down. Blaster Valentine makes it with a 20. Pilo, 7. Fail. Charwin wanted to carry him with a 19. That is a success. Pilo slips and you grab him.
Oh, man.
So he tries acrobatics to slide. Charwin grabs you and just jumps because he can't steady you. And he's using athletics, so he actually smacks into you and just pushes you off, scoops you up, and actually sticks the landing with a 19. Andreas, jumping down like ledges, and this is the dwarf's thing, man. What'd you get there?
Natural 20.
Yeah, you get 28.
The surfer music cuts in, and he's like on his shield.
Yeah.
Dwarves can do it too.
Well, it's because he's athletics and jumping. It's like he puts the shield down, jumps off, and there's the big jump drop where he comes down, then hits the slippery stairs and uses the momentum to glide a bit as opposed to hitting something hard.
Thanks, Charwin, man. I have those stairs. I don't know what it was, but they just got me.
Okay. Bypassing this with his dimension door, the Dev reverses gears. So instead of trying to intercept you at one peak, you guys just kind of like not 180'd, but continued on and around and down. Now he's above us, running along parallel, trying to intercept, and still really, really close. And then we run for several minutes more, chase, and then we run into a bunch of carnival goers. Again, acrobatics to athletics to weave or push through. Diplomacy or intimidation to make everyone move.
Can I do a performance and be like, "Hey, what's going on, guys?" and just pretend I'm like a carnival goer, like one of the.
Well, the carnival is actually like a tent and a bunch of stuff, and there's a gate, and people are lined up.
Okay.
To get in, so people are paying admission, and hence causing a crowd.
So we are intimidation, acrobatics, or athletics.
Yeah, and there's even a deception here, though I'm not going to tell you what you could yell at them to make a deception work.
I run up, don't even give them a look, and I just jump over the fence.
Okay.
Charwin tries to push his way through. 12.
Okay. Valentine just vaults people and the barricade and gets on in with a 20. Charwin fails with a 12. Andreas with intimidation of 15.
I'm going to try deception for 16.
Okay. Andreas and Charwin fail and are left behind. Pilo, what's the one thing you could do to make a whole bunch of people go, really? Cool, and just move? They're all waiting in line for tickets.
Hey, guys, check this out. You want to see how you're making a skeleton dance? Get him on watch me and just... Well, what you do is you get a scary damn thing above us, and you make him run. And I'm just going to do a little dance and book off through past the guys.
Okay, so no deception? Because that's none of that's a lie, and now you're trying to use movement. I'm talking about telling the crowd a lie and getting them to do something.
Oh, telling the crowd a lie, okay.
Yeah.
You know that intimidating stuff that you were hearing a second ago from up there?
Pause. Oh, no. So this thing has taken a possible 3 to 18 points of damage as it closes in on us. Oh, I don't want to put that on that side. Gotta have this lovely shot of this most interesting creature. Gets an initiative of 30. Wow, that sucks after all your plus 4s. And has taken a total of 8 points of damage already. So it's a little softer. Starting with it. Dun, 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 dun. It makes noise in an ancient archaic language and waves and rattles its finger and tilts its head at you guys and reaches out, and I would like you to pick a D4. 1 to 4, guys. Why, let's use the marching order. How about that? With Andreas at the end and Valentine at the beginning. Then Charwin. So that would make Valentine 1, Charwin 2, Pilo that went back 3 to help Andreas, which is 4. 1. Valentine. Cast a spell on you. Dun, dun, dun. Because you're mine. Very, very... I love it when they have spells that like only a certain creature can do. Very, very cool stuff. Can I have a will DC, please? Will save from you. Sorry. Whether you go with my 19 or your own 17, you fail. Outcast's Curse. For 10 minutes, the target must roll twice and use the worst result whenever attempting deception, diplomacy, intimidation, performance, and creatures who have initial attitude towards me. It opens up by casting a curse on you that hurts a bunch of your skills for some reason. And moves a little closer. And now
The curse that he cast, was it a audio or visual? Like, was there anything to that?
Yep, somatic and visual. That's why I said it was making weird noises and wiggling around.
So I have an ability here. It's counter performance. Your performance protects you and your allies. Roll a performance check for a type you know, and auditory if it triggers auditory, or visual for visual. You and your allies in the area can use the better results between my performance and the saving throw. Am I able to use that ability? It's a reaction.
No, the traits I have for this spell are curse, enchantment, mental, and misfortune. So if the spell had, like, all spells have verbal and somatic components, which is what I thought you were asking me. If the traits of the spell were a visual trait or an auditory trait, like a sonic scream, then yes, you can counter it with your ability, but not this. No. Hey, it's good reaction, right? Just throw it out there. Anyway, Blaster Valentine, you feel a strange sensation come over your bits and parts. It is your go. What do you do? Charwin, get ready. You're on deck. What do you do, Blaster?
I am going to target him. Target acquired.
Okay.
Critical miss with a 14.
Okay. I have a name. I identify as they, but I actually have a name, which means a critical miss is going to pull you a card, sir. What are you using? A ranged weapon?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When you sound off your gun, right? Something in the fight has switched all the settings on your gun, and the recoil causes you to have what they call notched fingers. You take 1d4 persistent bleed damage. Fluid starts ebbing out of your hand. Would you roll it? It's your hand, it's your d4.
Oh, okay.
So you roll d4.
3 damage.
You take 3 points, and now it's the end of your turn. You can stabilize. Can I have a flat check, please?
D20?
Yep, just flat D20 in the window.
4.
Four is a fail, and we will come back to that. Charwin, what do you do?
Let's see. Charwin will cast Spout. Haven't used this in a while. Let's see. I think I can just click this for reflex save. Ooh, critical failure.
This must be the curse.
With 7 points, so that's 14. And then I think my last action.
So the save you rolled is it's not your attack, it's you're rolling for my saving throw.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry. Oh, that's good. You wouldn't have liked this card.
And then my last action, I'll just pull out my long spear.
Okay. So I critically failed. Is there any action that's pushing, prone?
Good question. I don't see anything, no.
Okay. According to this, knockback. You push the target 10 feet. So you hit him with water, and you hit him so hard, maybe because he's a sand creature or something, he goes stumbling backwards 10 feet and takes double damage, and you hurt him badly. Well, 7 points is a decent hit. We'll say that. Sorry. Not that bad. Pylon.
Not great rolls, but I'll take it.
It's 14.
Oh, sorry. Sorry?
7 doubled.
No, it's 2d4. So instead of d4 plus...
Yeah, it doubled the damage too.
Oh, it doubled.
It's 14.
Sorry. I'm used to seeing a whole bunch of extra dice. So it does 14 points damage, right? Sorry. I'm used to like you shooting and you get to see all the pretty dice pop up. It looks like it just doubled the total of the spell for him. Okay, I got it. 14 points of damage. That is a nice hit, sir. Charwin, and you pull your last action, you pull out your spear.
Yep.
Okay. Next up, we have Pylo. Andreas, get ready. You're on deck.
Now, we kind of did a recall knowledge on this. Do we know if it's undead or not?
It is
Actually, I
not
have no idea what it was.
Not undead. I am a div. I am a lawful evil medium fiend. I'm from another plane of existence. I'm an outsider. I have some crazy skills, and I'm pretty tough. And all my saving throws are very high. And I hate beautiful things, performances, art, all that kind of thing.
I guess he did kind of hate the carnival.
Anyway, legends rolling through your head, blah, blah, blah. There's got to be more. I mean, that's the basic if you want to recall knowledge. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to use that one.
Planes would be occult.
Occult?
Or arcane. Help me out here, Eric.
Occult.
Outer planes. It's either occult or arcane.
A religion.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, I guess, religion because fiend,
Religion
yeah.
Is
For the planes, yeah.
Yep.
It's 20 total untrained.
Well, if I'm evil and I'm a fiend, good weapons do extra damage and cold iron weapons do extra damage.
Okay, so I will. I'll say that kind of out loud to the guys while we're listening, and then
Okay.
Now would I still have my whip out? I said I would have taken it earlier up on the thing when we first saw this guy, but we did a whole bunch of stuff between. Would have my whip kind of been put away? I guess so I'd have hands free to.
No, not necessarily. You could use your whip to hold the crate. You could use your whip to move people. It's in your hands. No, like unless you started climbing, which you didn't do, or something very specific like cast a spell. No, you could still be out. You're fine.
Okay. I'll come up 5, 10. Actually, no, I'll come up 10 feet. 15. How big is a 15-foot cone? That would be 15 feet and be like kind of get the spots beside them.
Right. So if you come up 10 feet and you want to go straight at them, the one square in front of you, and then 15 feet wide and 10 feet back. So it looks like a giant T with it looks like a giant hammer piece.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So I look at him and I'd be like, well, this thing's pretty darn screep. He didn't make a lot of noise, so maybe you won't like my haunting him. And I'll cast a haunting him at it.
Okay.
That's 2 actions, and I will target the guy here. And I will... Where is it here? With a fortitude save, so I'll hit the button here to make him save. There it is there. Or is that the save?
Yep, that's right. I fail. Hag-like creature fails. Actually, you get to ID him. You know what I am now. Because I am a div, right?
There we go. Now I'll roll the damage. 4 damage. 2.
Okay.
And that's 3 actions. That's all I can do, because the recall knowledge is 1 action, right?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, I couldn't have moved then, so shoot. I couldn't have done that. Sorry, there's only 3 actions.
It's all right. I'll be nice. You guys can't use that knowledge for a round unless somebody wants to burn their action going, I have religion, and, try their hand at it.
And that's everything there.
Okay. So, scrub that knowledge, boys, but, someone making a check to get it back. Andreas.
Okay. We'll cast Bless and then raise shield. So I grab my holy symbol, raise it in the air, and by Bride's divine light, let our actions be blessed as we vanquish our foe. And then raise my shield.
Okay. So your first targets are you, and then it's you and Pilo, or?
So it's 15 feet around me initially. No, sorry, that's remastered. So this is 10 feet around me, and then I got to sustain an action to expand it 5 feet every round.
Okay,
so right
10,
now it's so every Charwin and Pilo have it. Blaster does not.
Okay, so I've got them targeted. If you want to actually hit the bless button, and it'll help them with right.
Yeah, working on that right now.
Bless button. Ta-da! Yeah, he's got the nice status effect, and then every round he maintains it, I retarget you guys. He reblesses, and you get the bonuses every round as long as he's maintaining. Okay, so shields, Bree, and what I'm going to call round 2. The creature focus its evil eye, pun intended, directly at Pilo, and for 2 actions initiates its cursed gaze. Can I have a willpower save?
Oh, scary, man. I don't like this thing. Oh, God. Willpower?
Yep.
Usually.
DC 21.
Natural 1 for a 10.
Oh, God.
I might use a hero point on that. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you don't, maybe a patron point or something. It's like, damn.
Anything. That is an natural 18 for a 27 total.
Okay. You want to know what you just avoided?
Darn thing was scary, man. I had to cover my eyes for a second there. When I didn't see it, I felt better. 2d6,
46. And then it's like 8d6 and frightened and stunned. It's like, it would have been so nasty, man. For taking you out. With a 27, that is a crit. Sorry, not a crit success, but it is a success.
I would hope so.
Where are we here? Critical unaffected. Success. You take 2d6 and become frightened 1. You need the crit to actually be completely unaffected.
Wow.
So you still, you still take 2d6 for 3 points, Pilo, which I will put on you here now. And you become frightened 1.
Oh, man. This thing, you gotta get it away from me, guys. It keeps staring at me with that big eye, and I hate it.
Yeah, what did it do?
It uses its supernatural ability called Cursed Gaze, refocusing its eye on a target. That one target gets the willies, makes a willpower save against a mental effect, and Pilo, although succeeded, needs a crit success to be completely unaffected and still took a little bit of damage and a little bit of frightened, as opposed to a crap ton that he would have taken with that 1. So let's hear it for hero points, which reminds me, you guys all have a hero point except for Pilo. Speaking,
or somebody else rolled one earlier, didn't you?
You guys were
I did.
Was it a... Okay. I still have an action left.
Oh, man, don't come near me. Don't come near me, please. Kind of cowering away there.
Okay. Now I'm done. Blaster.
Load.
Shoot.
Yeah. What's going on with the persistent? Can I stabilize?
That comes at the end.
At the end? Okay.
Yeah. So we start your turn by you rolling a d4 as juices and motor oil squirts out of you. Roll d4.
4.
4, 7. Now you do your turn, and at the end you try and stabilize.
Does that cost an action to stabilize?
No, that's freebie.
Okay. So I wasn't able to reload last round because I crit missed.
No, I actually pulled a card on you. So you fired, you had actions left, you could have reloaded, sure. You're good to go.
Okay.
You could at this point you could actually shoot, reload, and shoot again with penalties.
I'm actually going
you had your gun out on the boardwalk, right? Waving it around. So yeah.
I'm gonna move closer.
Okay.
Like I'm gonna go up in front of Stoutbeard so that I'm within the bless.
Okay.
Aura.
Okay, that's an action. You got 2 left. Shoot and reload.
Yeah.
Okay. Have at me. Yeah.
15 for a miss.
Kabing. Supernatural aura. Deflecting. Well, that's a lot of... Those are some tough-looking rags he's wearing. Wrapped up like some kind of weird-ass mummy. And last action?
Reload.
Okay, let's just throw your gun at him. Meh. Leave. Charwin, you're up. Pyle, get ready on deck. Charwin, what do you do?
Oh, it worked so good last time. Let's try the spout spell again.
Okay.
Looks like he failed. Regular failure. 10 more damage.
Yep. Hit him with water. Doesn't like that at all. Not that I'm vulnerable to it, but...
Now I'm going to take a 5-foot step to the east. I'm sorry, west.
Okay.
Just get a little distance from...
Yep.
I don't know, getting bombarded with a blast spell.
Okay. Pylo.
So, question on how does heightened spells work, or signature spells work?
No one did the religion. Would you mind burning an action to get that knowledge back, as opposed to people deciding it's no good? I appreciate
Hey
that.
guys,
Thank you.
just want to let you know, when that thing looked at me with those scary eyes, I kind of got the feeling it didn't like being hit by, what was it again? It was
cold iron, and good weapons.
Cold iron and good weapons. So I guess that's like weapons that are not gonna be mean to you. I don't even know what good weapons. Anyways, that's what I got to tell you guys.
You're starting to sound like Valentine. This is good weapon. What's problem? Bang, bang, bang. I got these. What do you want to do, Pylo? 2 actions.
So one thing I want to know, how do signature spells work? Do they automatically heighten them, or do they just... That's one thing I don't quite get the signature spells and how that works exactly. I have a signature spell and I want to know if it's heightened or not.
Can I call a friend? That was Matt's thing. He was the sorcerer. I'm like, he would like, blah, 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 blah. Yep. Do you have one?
Yeah, I don't think I can use it though now. It's actually 3 actions, so I will wait for now.
Okay.
And when I'm frightened, I can't approach this thing at all, right? I have to kind of stay where I am.
Oh, no. The frightened gives you penalties. So you're scared, you're nervous, and you have -1 to hit, -1 to stuff.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool. So frightened 1, 2, 3, you know. There is a certain point I think you get to, like if it's 4 or something, you bail, or you're paralyzed in fear because it, you know, we're stunned or whatever. But right now, because all these conditions stack, they're just putting penalties on all your actions, which sucks. But it's like, I'm heroic, I will do something, but it's not as efficient because I'm scared, which is actually really cool because just making people run away is boring.
Agreed. So what I'll say is I'm going to look at them and go, Listen, guys, with that little bit of knowledge I got, I think that we can actually do some damage to this guy. And we might actually stand a chance. If we all band together, we can kill him. And I'm going to use Inspire Competence. Courage, sorry.
Okay.
Everybody a +1 on a bunch of their...
Spiegler, you owe me a flat check to bleed out or not. Hey, you're fine. So no more bleeding for you. Sorry, Pilo, you were saying. Now, I'm pretty sure that after this round, the frighten goes away because most values, when they come back around, they're reduced by 1 every round.
Okay, I'm going to inspire courage to everybody. Like that.
Okay.
He just does it.
Yeah.
How does it work here? I don't know if it did.
Oh, I can target everyone.
I already did.
Da, 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 there you go.
All right, and then with my last,
you targeted the...
What's that?
You targeted the monster as well.
I already still had him. Okay, yeah.
Shh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Sorry.
We can do this. It's like, oh, yeah. Let's go.
And then I'm going to move back towards...
Pilo, you did not target yourself.
Yeah, I
So-
thought I had 4. I saw 4 targeted. I thought it was me who was the monster.
Cast again. I've got just you alone, and I'll make sure that he has a -1 to anything he does to remove that.
That one? There
Okay,
it is.
yep.
That worked there.
Okay.
And then I will move down and back to about
Okay.
here.
All right.
Just
Inspire
behind,
Courage, right?
Behind Andreas there.
That will say your casting wipes out the fear spell, or what's left of the fear, if not time going by. We'll have to look into that a little bit more, which brings us to Andreas. You better hope I don't have like a lightning bolt or something. You guys are lined up in a nice tight row there.
So we'll extend the bless. We'll move forward and we'll swing.
Okay. So now you're 15 foot. Okay.
Yeah.
So
15 foot. So three squares all the way around.
Now, does it do one of those, stupid cropped in the middle bullshit? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because your distance to Charwin is 20 feet. So they usually crop the corners.
I think it would miss Charwin, would
Yeah.
be my guess.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay. And let's get you targeted on the right guy here. And swing, batter, swing.
Here we go. Whoops. Oh, come on.
What'd you get?
Natural one.
Natural one.
Second one tonight. Second one in the last 20 minutes.
That
Okay.
you've seen. Those invisible ones.
Yeah,
coming in.
welcome to the club, man.
Oh, that's a crit card. I'm like, why is it doing more extra damage? That's a crit card. I need a crit fail card. Here we go. Okay, so you swing at this thing, you come down, and it reaches up and grabs your wrist and starts pulling on the shaft, like sliding through your fingers, like it's trying to take the weapon from you. Can I have a reflex save? Or it will actually gain possession of your weapon. That looks so cool. Like, he swings, and he gets halfway through the swing, thing reaches up and grabs the hammer.
Rolled a 3. For an
That
8.
is a fail, sir. Reaches up, he catches the hammer, and then pulls it out of his hand. And that is going into round 3, and we will see you all next time.